Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Um, Firstly, Happy New Year. And this video is all about what I'm going to do with the channel in this year or ahead. So, basically, what I'm thinking right now is I have divided things into two different sections. The one is implementing research papers from scratch. The second part is implementing algorithms from scratch. I have divided these my content in these different things because this is kind of essential to know before you start learning about the packages or the scikit-learn package, the TensorFlow package, and all these things. Because yes, these are all packages that you use. Suppose, for example, you're using a TensorFlow package, TensorFlow, or a Keras package for implementing RNNs, LSTMs. These are just like a one click, you know, just have to write import this from certain library and all the things would be done automatically. But what you fail to realize is that what how these algorithms work. You know what RNN is, recursive neural network. You know what LSTMs is, long short term memories. But what do they exactly do? How does this architecture work? You use one-click functions. You import the libraries from certain. So you import the modules from certain libraries, and you get on with your day. But unless and until you realize what actually happens in the architecture of RNN or LSTMs, you will not be able to get a better understanding or in a depth of understanding of how these things work. So here in this thing, I want to create all these things, LSTMs, RNNs. That these are like a bit advanced topics. But even for linear regression, we import sklearn, we get linear regression from sklearn, but can we actually do it from scratch? And how to do it from scratch? For all the basic linear regression, logistic regressions, KNNs, what else? I forgot. Like there are a lot of things that we can do. The gradient descent, how the gradient descent work without using any import packages. We are trying to do from scratch, like actually trying to code every module. Like if you go for sklearn and you're using say linear regression, just you say from sklearn underscore linear regression import linear regression, right? If you go to the import, like if you go to sklearn site and you go to the docs of linear regression, you will get to know what is the actual model architecture. I know that it's a very basic model, and you do not need in-depth knowledge of how it works, because what a linear regression in simple terms is y equals mx plus c, right? Just a straight line. You have to find the value of y, m, and c because you have the value of x, and y. This is what the real simple explanation of linear regression is. But for the advanced topics for RNNs, LSTMs, CNNs, you will not be able to get as simple of explanation as linear regression is. Even logistic regressions. You might say, why do we call logistic regression as a regression, even though it's a classification model, right? But what does logistic regression do, right? Logistic regression is a kind of regression because it gives you value of, suppose you want to predict a cat or a dog, right? If the image of is a cat or it's a dog, what it will do, it will show that the probability of it being a cat is 0.1% and the probability of being a dog is 0.9%. Suppose like it's a very straightforward model. So this is how you say, and you put a threshold that at 0.5, if it's below 0.5, it's a cat, and it's above 0.5, it's a dog. That's the simplest regression or logistic regression model you can think. So it does indeed gives us a regression model, as in turns sorry, it produces a regression of the probabilities. It is up to us where to keep this threshold, and that threshold is the main point of classifying. If it's below the threshold, it is something, and if it's above the threshold, it's something. That labeling is up to us. So here in this thing, we can see that these two modules are very simplistic, but actually learning how to do it from scratch and without importing any modules will help you understanding in detail of how these things work. And the second is kind of a bit off the tangent. I haven't never done this, but implementing research papers from scratch. Um, I would not say that it's very commendable, because all the research papers are very, understand that you're like taking like the one that I'm doing is currently is attention is all you need. This would be my first video about this topic because I've made some things about it, and I want to like, if you really want to get into machine learning and deep learning and all these things, you need to be keeping up with the market. The new technologies are coming every day. Yesterday I learned about Meta's new LLMs plus model. I'm not able to recollect what it was, but yeah, it is something that it's every day being something new coming out in the market, and new research is already ongoing. So it's very essential for us to keep up with the new things that are coming to the market. And the best thing that you can do is to study the research paper. I'm not saying that you have to be thorough with everything you do in such things, but just a glimpse and understanding how this research paper works. And as I've said a million times, the better you want to be is the first thing that you should do is try to code it yourself. And if you like get to the gist of the paper, suppose attention is all you need, you need to know what the problem statement is. Problem statement, like what are they actually solving in this research paper. Second is the core contribution, right? Then the architecture overview. Fourth is the key components. Fifth is training. Sixth is computational efficiency. Sorry, please forgive my handwriting. Oh my bad. What? Is it still? Yep, it's not. Computational efficiency. And there are a lot of things that I'm not going to spoil it right now. But yes, if you actually implement this architecture, because you know what the model, what the paper is talking about, if you actually use this model architecture and do a project of yourself, like I'm not saying it should not be a scratch. Yes, it's not a scratch. Yeah. What is happening with this? Yeah, sorry, my bad. It's not from scratch, just implementing the research paper. Take a research paper and try to get into details of what it actually is trying to explain to you. I'm not going into deep integrity of things, but just a gist of what is actually trying to implement, what is the problem statement, and how it's offering you a different way of solutions. And to check with that, take a random data set that fits with the problem statement and test it through your code. So this is the few things that I want to do. So I will try to complete a research paper, like one research paper per month. So that is for the research paper side. I would like one research paper. Forgive my spelling, man. Sorry. One research paper per month. What is this? Oh, sorry. Per month. That means you will get 12 videos on 12 different research papers throughout the year. And coming to the implementation side of the models, I would like to try it once per week. So 52 weeks, I would like at least 50 different ML concepts from scratch. This is for my YouTube. And if you all follow me on Instagram, which is at, sorry, that's not at rah.ipynb on Instagram, I've started a new thing where I'll suggest the videos that I kind of find intriguing in this field of machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, LLMs. There are a lot of things coming out every day, and there are few videos that are like the topics that you would not study in conventional courses, but it will always give you upper hand in knowing different things, right? So what the thing of this thing is, I'll post a reel, one reel every day that will suggest YouTube videos. Mind you, these are not courses, but just suppose I'll give you example of the latest thing that I've shared. Mamba architecture. I'm not sure if you have heard about Mamba architecture, but wait, where is it? Yeah. So that's just, I think, half an hour video type where it will explain what Mamba architecture is and how is it better than RNNs and all the neural networks is, and how it's better than transformers as well. So this is something that you would not be able to know if you're not very engrossed in this field. So just a bit of help that I providing you, just a bit of what I say, like a push to be more inquisitive. This field is, I mean, as I said, you can just import every package with just single line of code. But if you're really inquisitive and you want to try something different, you need to search a lot of things. Because yes, you will get about a lot about all these things that are mainstream, LLMs, GPTs. But these things like Mamba architecture are 3, 4 more such architectures that I haven't heard about prior to me finding out in YouTube. So that is something that I really liked. I don't know if you are also interested, but I'll keep on sharing these things where I find all the such YouTube videos. And I promise that it would not be a course like crash course on something. I think that you have a lot of saved on YouTube as well, and Udemy, Coursera, everything. But these videos just gives you hint about what is different in this whole genre of machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, AI, artificial intelligence, and everything. So this is how I would like to proceed with my, YouTube channel. And if you have any recommendations for research papers that I should do apart from the one that I'm doing, that is attention is all you need, for the first one, and any different models, I have few models that I want to cover apart, like I think 2025 concepts, ML concepts that I can do from scratch. So I mean, I will always do what you will suggest or recommend. And also, if you come across such, like, that these videos might help people, just send me on Instagram or link me on Instagram. I'll sure look at it and also recommend that on my channel as well. And also credit you to finding such videos. So anyways, I think that is it for this video. A short, I wouldn't say it's short video, but it's an informative video of how I would like to proceed with my channel. And again, a very happy new year to all of you guys, and see you soon with my first video of this year. Bye bye.